Hello and welcome again to my channel today. Today I would want to talk about how to do the Spantran Foreign Credential Evaluation. Now, if you are an international teacher and you'd want to teach in the US, one of the things you'll be required to do is to convert your national qualifications from your country into the US system. So like convert your credentials, your transcripts from your own country to rhyme with the US system. So there are companies that are accredited to do credential evaluations. One of the most commonly used is Spantran, which is now changing their name to the evaluation company. So if you search Spantran or the evaluation company on Google, it will give you these landing sites. So I'm going to click on visit our new site, which they are changing to the evaluation company. And then I'm going to walk you through the entire process of how you can evaluate your transcripts right from the beginning to the end of the process. I've been getting many questions about teachers asking, how do I do the evaluation? What is the process? What is the cost? Which type of credential evaluation do I choose? So I'm going to answer all those questions today by walking you through this process step by step. And I hope at the end of it all, you will be able to do your own credential evaluation. But before I start, I would request you to click on my subscription button for this channel so that you can help us to grow this site to reach more teachers, and as well so that you may be able to get more of my content going forward. All right, so I'll click on visit the new site, and this is the site that comes up. So the evaluation company, I'm going to go to apply now because that's what we want to do today, apply for our credential evaluation. So this is the page that comes up here. So the first thing, they want you to register your basic data like your name. So they're asking for your current name, first name, middle name, last name of academic documents, and your date of birth before you can go to the next page. So I'm going to put in my credentials here, like my details, and then we're going to move forward. I'll show you what the next page down here looks like after I have put in my personal data. Okay, so I'm done putting my name and the date of birth in the next page, the last page. The next page asks about your email, your primary phone, if you have a secondary phone. How did you hear about us? So you choose how you heard about Spantran. This doesn't really matter. Some people ask, does it matter? It doesn't really matter much. Like they just want to, learn how you heard about them. Choose one of these, depending on how you heard about Spantran. If you heard it from me today, you can say that you heard it from, other. You can, or you can choose a friend or person, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then you're going to fill who you're submitting your. Now, if you're a teacher, you're going to choose you want to submit to an employment agency. And I'll choose one of the very common ones, for example, Faces. So I'll choose Faces here as the one I'm sending to. How did you hear from us? Let me just say I got this from search engine. I'm going to say this is from Google. All right. So I'm going to put in my email here, and then again, I'll show you what the next page is going to look like. All right. The next page is about your academic history. So it says enter your academic and professional licensing history. You can include incomplete or in progress studies too. Type of credential, like your degree, professional licenses, and so on and so forth. So this is where you put in your information about your degree, where you got your degree from, or any associate's degrees or diplomas, masters, PhDs. this is where you're going to put in your information in. If you need to add, like you have different levels of degrees, like you have a bachelor's, a master's, a PhD, then you need to click on add a response in case you have attended more than one college. So I'm going to type in some of my credentials here, and then we're going to move forward. So type of degree, and for example, write degree, or maybe I can write bachelor's degree. Okay, years of study. These ones usually go for 4 years. Graduation year or year of issue, if applicable. I'm going to go with, say, 4 years ago. Just choose your issuing institution, and you can choose your country of study. So I'll put in these details, and then I'll show you what the next page would look like. All right, then they tell you what is a translation so that you just understand their services. It says translations and evaluations are not actually the same thing. Evaluations deal with equivalence, while translations deal with languages. All right, so they say we love languages, but we do not require certified English translations of all your foreign documents. If your documents are originally issued in English, you can indicate that below and move on. If your documents are originally issued in another language, you have two options and they list them here. All right, so this is about equivalence and not translation. We can say my documents are originally issued in English, but if they were not, then you can choose one of those other options. Okay, so our documents are originally issued in English, and then we'll go to the next stage. What is a verification? So they tell you verification is the process by which we check documents for authenticity. Please read through the following options carefully. So verification of secondary studies, that is high school. All documents are reviewed internally by Spantran. Verification of postgraduate studies, college and university. All post-secondary documents require additional verification with a few exemptions. Option. Okay, I'll quickly explain what this means to you. So this is what Spantran does. All right, so you can choose option 1, where you will get into contact with your university and ask them to send your original or certified documents to Spantran. Okay? Because obviously Spantran will not trust everyone to just send their documents. They need the institution that you studied in to confirm that you actually went to that school and your documents are authentic. So when it says document direct, it means you will get in touch with your university and then ask them to send your documents to Spantran. Option 2 is where you mandate Spantran, or you allow Spantran to contact the university on your behalf to send them your documents. And if you choose that option, they will charge you a little bit more. So I would say, especially if you're working on a budget, it's probably better to choose the first option, documents direct, and then you can just get in touch with the university back in your home country, ask them to contact Spantran to send them your official documents. And that is the option I'm going to choose. So I will arrange for my previous institutions to send my official academic documents directly to Spantran. That's what I choose here. Next page is, do you know which evaluation you need, or do you need help? All right, so because I'm making this video primarily for teachers, although other careers also, if you're a student, I think you'll also find this helpful. But for teachers, for many of the agencies that are recruiting teachers to teach in the US, the course analysis is, I would say, the one most people work with and is very acceptable with all the agencies. Course analysis. You could also do the teacher course analysis, but Spantran charges slightly higher for teacher course analysis than the course analysis. And because all of them are acceptable to the agencies, if you're on a budget, I would recommend that just work with course analysis. is acceptable. It has everything the companies will be looking out for, so you don't need to pay more. But in case you want a more specialized one for teachers, then you can choose the teacher's course analysis. So I'll choose I know which evaluation I need, and then I'll choose the course analysis. So this is what you go for. Go for course analysis. But if you don't mind paying a little more, you can also do the teacher's course analysis. All right. Actually, if I choose teacher's course analysis, you can see the prices are changing. Like if you want, say, 10 business days for teacher course analysis is $290. But if you just do the course analysis, which is sometimes called the course by course evaluation, then it's just $190. Okay. So I'll go for this course analysis, and I'll be expecting to pay $190. All right, something. So choose how many days. If you are in a hurry, you want this to be done in 2 business days, then you pay more. 5 days, 270. I will assume I'm not in a hurry, so I can work with 10 business days so that I pay the cheapest budget. So I work with 10 business days. So my price will be 190, and then I'll go to the next page. And then how do you want to receive your evaluation? So Spantran allows you to get an electronic copy in your email, but you can also request for hard copies. Obviously, if you're outside the US, this brings the whole aspect of complications of hard copy delivery. So I'd advise if you're outside the US, it's okay to just work with the email copy, the electronic copy. You don't have, the companies will not really ask you for a physical copy. So it's perfectly in order to just work with the email copy that they give to you, and so that you don't have to pay much more on the courier. Okay, so they ask for additional email for delivery if you want one. If you just want them to use the email you have already provided to them, then you don't need to add any new email on this part. Okay, so I'm going to say I don't really need hard copies right now, but if you choose international courier, then they want you to pay $75 to have hard copies delivered to your home country. If you're within the US, you pay these other prices. So I'm just going to go with no hard copies for now, and then I'll go to the next page. So they ask you to upload your ID, just verify your details. So either passport or your national ID, state identification, permanent residency, naturalization paper, or driver's license. So you just need to click on these, upload your document. I'm going to do that with mine, and then we can move on. So after you upload your document, after you upload your ID, it tells you now to upload your document. So this is about your academic documents. So the documents you want to be verified, this is where you're going to upload them. It says, how do you want to submit your documents? I'm going to choose, I will upload and scan a clear picture of my official academic documents. Of course, my university will also be required to send my documents after this, but I'm just going to choose this one for now. I will upload and scan a clear copy of my official documents. Okay, so I'm going to choose upload the file, and then we'll move to the next slide. All right, so once you have uploaded your documents, this is what comes up: Spantran online application. The terms and conditions they're asking you to read carefully. Confirm that you're 18 or older, and so many others. I'll not go through these. So they want you to accept their terms and give your signature. And then the last thing you need to do now is to make your payment. Remember the option I have chosen for myself. I'm supposed to pay $190. So this is where you type in the name of your card, put in your card number. The card number is the 16-digit number that is on your bank card. They accept a Visa card, they accept MasterCard and other types of payment cards. So 16 digits, the number is usually at the front of your card. Some banks may put them at the back. Wherever it is, it's that 16-digit card number. And then the card type, choose if it's a Visa card, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover. These are the four that they are accepting. And then on the card, you'll also see the month and the year. On the card, you'll also see the month and the year of expiry of the card. And then on the code, there are usually some 3 digits. Some 3 digits called the CVV code. This is the 3-digit code at the back of your card mostly. So look at the back, you will see 3-digit code. That is what you need to put here. And then you will put in the billing email with which you registered your card in your local bank. All right. And then, of course, you need to put in your address, physical address. I know some countries do not have like physical addresses, they have the PO box. They're asking for the physical address. But if you not, you can just type in the box number here on this and then put in the city. So this city is about the city of the card of your bank that you registered with. All right. So put in the city where your bank is. Okay. The city you used to register your card. And then the province or the state or the county that you used to register your card in. Put in your postal code or zip code for countries that may not use zip codes. And then put in your country. And that's it. You are done and you can now submit. So because I'm not paying Spantran today, I'm not going into put. So after this, you submit. What happens after this is Spantran will send you an email with instructions on how to reach your university so that they can send their certified or your certified documents directly to Spantran. So that's the end. I hope this really helps you. I am going to attach the link to Spantran or the evaluation company on the description. Again, I ask you before you leave, subscribe to my channel and see you in the next one. Thank you so much.